Hello everyone, and welcome once again to our Python tutorial class. In our Python tutorial class today, we are going to learn about the basic Python syntax. Obviously, we covered some of the Python syntax in previous chapter also, but today we will dedicate our session to understanding of Python syntax. In Python, when you will see, okay, the when you will open idle or Google Colab, whatever you prefer, so your idle code will open like this. It is shell. Whenever you have shell written on top, you can understand you are inside shell. Shell is more like a command line interface where you type something and hit enter to see the output. Now, variable assignment in Python is very easy and pretty much different from other programming language. Just for reference, I will open a simple C sharp program. Okay, this is a simple C sharp program. So, if you are inside C sharp, let's say you have to create a variable, you write int x is equal to, or let's say you are creating a variable called age. So, int age is equal to 45, something like that. Int height int height. You just create this variable, put a semicolon after every line. This is how you work in C sharp or C++ type of languages. But here in Python, you don't have to explicitly define the data type of the variable. Python will automatically understand what type of data is it based on your declaration. So an hashtag variable declaration in Python. So when you will write hashtag, this is your comment. With hashtag, we can write single line comment. Okay. And this statement will not be executed by Python. So let's say we write X. In case of Python, you will get an error because you have to provide a value. But in case of C sharp or other programming language, you can get away by just declaring a variable. So let's say we write X is equal to 5. No semicolon, no delimiter, simply X is equal to 5, hit enter. Here what has happened, X is the name of variable, and in that variable we have assigned 5 integer value. Okay, and this is our assignment operator. So the single equal to sign is assignment operator. In Python or any programming language, these signs like plus, minus, divide sign, multiply sign, equal to sign, not equal to sign, these type of signs are operators. In a similar way, if you will write name is equal to, and inside name you write some name, let's say Mohan. So what we are doing here, inside name we have assigned a value Mohan, but the difference between two values are this value has been defined without any double quote or single quote, and this value has been defined with double quote. If we write city is equal to Lucknow. So what is happening now? Here also we have defined a value inside quotes, but this time we have used single quotes. And what if we write address is equal to, and inside address we write three quotes. Okay, and inside three quotes, what if we write 4 by 5 Sakavi Ragan Lucknow, and we hit enter. So here first line is also a variable where x is a variable, second also a variable, name is variable, city is variable, address is variable. Okay. In Python there are many built-in functions. We call them inbuilt or built-in functions. These built-in functions help us in doing various type of stuff. Obviously their name is function. Okay. So they have various functions. For example, the first built-in function that we studied in Python was print. Now since you have declared the variable, you can just write the variable name inside your print function, and when you will hit enter, that variable value will be printed, not that variable. Similarly, if you will print name, your name will be printed and not that variable. So that is the whole purpose of a variable. A variable is like a placeholder. It's a placeholder where you store your values. And a variable is like a address to the memory location also. So in your program, whenever you are creating a variable or writing something, that data is also getting stored in a memory location. That memory location has an address. So this variable is like a name of that address. And when you call that name, the value that is stored on that address will be revealed. Or in simple terms, let's say you have a jar or a jug. In the jug, you can put water. Okay, so jug is like a variable. You can either put water in jug, you can either put milk or cold drink, anything you can put in a jug, inside a jug. And you can, anytime you can empty it or fill it. Okay, so when we have created a variable, we can also use del x. So we can also delete a variable. Okay. Now if we will ask Python to print x for us, it will say x is not defined, even though we defined x. So here del is not a function, del is a keyword. Okay. So we will keep studying these type of functions and keywords throughout our tutorial, so that every time you have to make a note. So just make a note that del is a keyword in Python. Del is a keyword that deletes an object. So here x is the object. Now one more important thing about print function is, usually in print function you can print a single value. But how functions work is, in functions you can provide parameters like parameter 1, comma, parameter 2, and so on. So you can provide these parameters, comma separated. That's how the functions work. So here, if you will write name, city, address, all these three are variables, and in print we can print multiple elements also by writing them in a comma separated way. So in the print function we are passing three arguments. Okay, and these three arguments, when you will hit enter, you will see Mohan, Lucknow, the address. So this way you can print it. What you can do is you can write print name. So we can write it like this: name colon comma name city colon comma city and address, or we can address is whatever you want to write here. Okay, comma address. Now what is happening in this line? First let's print and see the output. Name Mohan, city Lucknow, address is this. Okay, if we write it once again, name this, and we write separator is equal to comma. So in print we will show you later how to write different separators, but here we will put our own separator inside the string itself. Now you will see name Mohan, comma city Lucknow, comma address is this. So this is a simple print function, and inside the total print function, in this print function we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 arguments or 6 parameters here. Okay, and when we have written these 6 values, it is printing those 6 values. Here name, this city, this address, these are literal string values and these are variable string values. So the whole purpose of explanation is you can either write a single variable or you can even write a statement along with your variable. It is more like a concatenation. You are combining 6 strings to create a bigger string. So in Python, these are our two data types. When we write something like age is equal to 56, okay, here age is a variable which is holding a value of integer type. So in Python, we studied one built-in function, print. Now we are studying another built-in function, type. So this is the second built-in function that we are studying. In type, if you will write a variable, okay, you will see that it is giving you output as class int. Okay, so let me just shift it up. So it is giving us an output as class int. What does class int means? That this age is an object of class integer. Okay, so you have to remember one simple rule. Python is the object oriented programming, and importantly in Python everything is an object. Not everything that we will hear, but if you write C is equal to, or something like, if you will write city is equal to Delhi, so here city is an object of string class. So are you able to understand this? So if we write weight is equal to 56.7, so in this case weight is an object of float class. Float is also short form of floating point numbers. Floating point numbers. So in Python, the second data type for numbers is float. So we have a data type integer which is called as int short form. We have a data type floating point number, which is called as float. We have a data type string called as str. Okay, string is referred as str. Float is called float. These are data types which hold a single value. Like Delhi is a single value. Weight is a single value. Okay. When we declare the entire address, so that entire address was also a single value. So as we can see, float and integer are both numerical values. Okay. Both float and integers are numerical values. Like if we write age is equal to 34. Okay. Temperature is equal to minus 12. So an integer value is a whole number that can be either plus or minus. Similarly, temperature can also be minus 12.4. So float value can also be a positive or negative value, but in float value we have a decimal point. Okay. So these are, this is an integer. This is an integer. This is a float value. This is a float value. Okay. So integer and float values are very easy to understand. When we write something like city is equal to Delhi, this is a string value. String value is collection of or a sequence of characters. Okay. Is a sequence of characters. Here D is a character, E is a character. So string are sequence of characters which are which can be alphanumeric. A sequence of characters that can be alphanumeric. For example, if we write something like email, so email is equal to 123 test at mail.com. So here you can see we have a sequence of characters 123 test at mail.com. Every character here is a sequence and this is alphanumeric value, right? Alpha numeric value. In alphanumeric value, you have alphabets, numbers, and special characters also. So a string value is a sequence of alphanumeric characters. If inside a string you write full name, let's write full name. So if you will write full name, so you can write it like Mohan Sharma. So in this full name also we have a space. This space is also a character. Okay. So that's why in Python this string value is a sequence of alphanumeric characters, and important thing, this string value has n number of elements in it or n number of characters in it, and every character has a position. So in this particular string, what is the position of m here? What is the position of m? So we will say position or index is 0,
0.
right? So the position or index of a character inside a string starts from 0. So this is what you can do. So we can write this here also. Obviously we cannot go back, but when you will write full name is equal to Mohan Sharma and ask Python what is the data type of full name, so it will give you str. Okay. If you will use the print function, print full name, so it will print the value. But if you will ask Python to print full name square bracket 0, okay, so it will give you the character that is stored at the first position of this string. So if I write print full name 1, what will I get?
Oh,
Oh, right. So this is a simple case of Python, and a very, you know, it's a great advantage of Python that we can go through these characters. If you write print full name -1, okay, so it will give you the last value, okay. So the index can start from positive also, like from left to right, and index can also start from right to left. So if we, for example, if we select this, okay, let's open simple Excel file here. So here, let's say we have written M O H A N space S H A R M A. I'm just giving this example so that you can easily understand the index concept here. Obviously, you must be knowing this as well. So when we start from positive index, it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay, so it is starts from, it start like this and goes up to this. Okay, but in negative, it starts from -1. Then the second one will be -2, and third one will be -3. Okay, so your index will also be like this. So here it will go up to -10 or -11. Okay, so this way you have positive or negative index. In Python there is a term called slicing also. Slicing, this applies to several other data types also, but this time we are just studying it on string values. So in case of slicing, what we do, suppose we have written full name, okay, and we write it inside a square bracket, and we say 0 to 6. So it will start from character 0. It will start from character 0 and go up to character 5. That you have to remember. See, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is printing Mohan and a space. You can see here. If we write print 0 to 4 or 0 to 5, okay, then also you will get Mohan, but this time no space. If you will write print 0 to 4, okay, Moha, okay, so start from 0 and print 4. So this way 0, 1, 2, 3, not fourth, okay, so you have to understand this. So it will not print the fourth one. So it's like start from 0 and print 4 characters, okay. Same goes for negative indexing also. So if we write full name -1 to -3, so it will start from -1 and print -1 and -2. Okay, so we have to write it like this: print full name -3 minus 1. Let's try it like this. Rm. Okay. So you can do it in any way, and we will study more about this in another data type of Python that is called list, but that will be later. So this is just to give you a simple introduction of what strings are in Python. Okay. Now another important thing, when we say something is a class and something is its object. So what do we mean there? For example, let's say we are saying class car, and inside this we are defining a car. Just giving a simple example. This is no syntax. This is a simple explanation. It has nothing to do with any programming language's syntax. So when we create a class, inside the class we can define properties and we can define methods. Okay, this is very important. So inside a class we can define the properties and methods of that class. For example, if we are saying class car, so car properties will be the like a physical properties of car, so like its color, its mileage. Okay, so we can say color, mileage, we can say price, and you will see that this is the data. We are studying for data science, right? So when we define properties of a class, those property values will be the data. If someone asks what is the data, so you find it inside a class, right? For example, when we will create an object of this class, then you will understand. So we have color, mileage, price, let's say year, the year in which this car was manufactured, brand, the car belongs to which brand, and its name. Okay, so here we defined a class, and what methods can be there for class of car? Methods can be start, break, music on. I'm just giving some random examples, right? Accelerate. When you press the pedal, it starts to accelerate, right? So these are methods. So these are simple methods. So let's create an object of this class. Let's say desire is equal to new car, something like that. Okay, and then we say desire dot mileage is equal to 21.1. Desire dot year is equal to 2024. Desire dot name is equal to desire. I'm just giving an example. So you can see, while defining values or while putting values for the properties of this car, we are putting a float value, an integer value, a string value, right? And we can also write something like color. So since desire is the object of car class, desire can access the properties of car class. If we write desire dot speed is equal to something, let's say 120, whatever, it will give you an error. Why will it give you an error? Because this particular method was not defined anywhere. Okay, so we will also learn how to add more properties, but you have to understand that an object of any class can access its properties, one, and its method, two. Okay, so it's like if we say desire dot start, we press the ignition button, desire starts. We say desire dot accelerate, it will start to uh, accelerate. A simple concept of class. Class is like a blueprint where you define properties and methods of an object, and that object is created. So when we say that name is equal, or full name is equal to Mohan Sharma, okay, when we say that, so as per Python, the type of full name or the you see it is class string. Interesting that by writing this we have actually created an object of a string class, and since we have created an object of a string class, this class will be able to access the properties and methods of this class. Do you get this point or not?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so this object will be able to get methods of this class. And if you remember from this example, how we are accessing the properties or methods, we are simply writing dot, and after dot, if it is a property, we are writing it without parenthesis. Okay, this is very important thing that you have to remember. If it is a property, you don't write parenthesis or round brackets, but if it is a method, you write parenthesis or round brackets. If we say accelerate speed is equal to 0, okay, so in accelerate initial speed is 0, and if at the time of calling it we will write speed is equal to 1, we, okay, or speed is equal to speed plus 1, whatever. So every time you will press accelerate, the speed will start increasing, and in brake we will say speed is always 0. Okay, so as soon as you will apply brake, speed will come to 0. This is a simple concept. So now when you will write full name dot, you will see whole bunch of methods, right? Capitalize, case bold, center, count, encode, ends with, find, is digit. So we will learn these methods also. So this is the advantage of idle. In idle, for that particular object, whatever methods are available or properties are available, you will see the information here. So if we say count, okay, so here we have to write it like this. So obviously in count, it is asking you have to write at least one argument. So it will also tell you what you have to do with it. Okay. For example, if we write name is equal to John Doe, everything is in small, and we write name dot capitalize. So it will capitalize the first letter of John Doe. Okay. So these are the methods. We will learn them. We are not learning them now. But now you have to make some notes, simple notes, that in Python everything declared is an object of some class, and once we declare an object of some class, that object can access, so the object of that class can access properties, access or use properties and methods of that class. Okay, this is important. So obviously we are calling them data types, but these data types are more like class in Python. And here we, when we created an object, this is the conventional way of creating an object. We write desire is equal to new car. We write an object, okay? But when we write age is equal to 25, so inside of Python, this is happening, right? Age is equal to, what is happening is like age is equal to new integer, okay? And age is equal to 25, something like that. So our age dot value is equal to 25, but you don't have to go there. You will just write age is equal to 25. That's why Python has made it easier for everyone. And so let's write this and you will see. So when we write age is equal to 25, this time an integer value is created. So if we will write age dot, so we will see different methods, right? When we will do the same thing with name, like name dot, you will see different methods. Why? Because these are two different class, right? So in an in a class like car, you will see something like this, okay? But if you define, let's say, class computer or class laptop, in class laptop you will find different properties like RAM, hard, disk space, brand. Yes, some names can be common like brand, name, but some names can be different like RAM, disk space. So the concept is every class has their own methods and properties. Okay, if we write, so that is what we are going to learn. So obviously for us at this moment, properties of a string are a little bit important, but properties of integer and float we will deal later. And this is a simple concept of Python, a simple syntax of Python. And there is another data type that is called bool. So there's, we'll write is active is equal to true. Okay. Here we have written is active is equal to true, but we have not used single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes. So you can write strings inside single quotes, double quotes or triple quotes. Okay. But you cannot write a boolean value inside single, double or triple quote, and the boolean value is not a number also. Okay. And note that a boolean value can either be true or false. Its first letter is capital. So you cannot write is active is equal to true in small letters. For example, we write is active is equal to true. We cannot write in small letters. is active is equal to false. Here also you can see when we are writing it either true or false, it is turning into orange value. So these colors also represent data type, like green color represents string here. In our IDE, but the default configuration that we get from Python, there these values are considered as uh, these values are coded with different colors. So when we have different colors, we can easily understand what type of value is written. All numbers are written in black color, strings are green, and boolean values are orange. So this is a simple case of data type. So here you can see in Python we have integer, which is a whole number, we have a float, we have a string value, and we have a boolean value. Boolean value represents true or false. Integer are whole number without a decimal point. Float are number with a decimal point. And a string text enclosed in code can be single or double, can be triple also. Some examples are already given. And this is just to show that string value can contain special characters and punctuation marks also. Then we will learn operators. So again, this is a very simple thing. Now, so we are just opening Google Colab now, and in Google Colab we will open a new notebook, and here in Colab I will simply write Python operators. Okay, and I will connect. So what are operators? You can simply say operators can are used to do some kind of operation, right? So uh, operators are symbols that perform operations on variables and values. Okay, if you have variables or values and you want to perform some operations, you have operators. And Python supports several types of operators. The first type of operator that it supports is arithmetic operator. So arithmetic operator is another name for mathematical operator. So in Python we have these simple operators. Okay. So here first of all we have declared two variables. First is A, second is B. Okay. And first we are doing arithmetic operators. So what we can do in Google Colab, there is code, there is text. So in text we can write our own notes. Okay, because these notebooks can be used for giving notes also, and we will write this and press shift plus enter. When you will press shift plus enter, this will be executed as a text, just like a HTML text or something. So first we are doing arithmetic operator. This way we can add our headings. So when you add a text block, it's like a text editor where you can add image, where you can add block quote, ordered list, unordered list, bold, italic, and toggle heading or something. So this is what you can do. And when you are on a block, you can move it up or down in your order. So every time you add a code or a text, you can arrange them. Okay. So this way it will be easier for you to understand what we are doing, and suppose you are presenting it to someone, then also that person will understand it easily. So that's why understanding Google Colab is also important. So here we have created a variable where a is 10 and B is 5. Okay. Obviously, plus sign is the arithmetic operator. It is used for addition. Minus sign is the subtraction. This is star, which is also asterisk sign, is used for multiplication. So it will take these two values and multiply it. Forward slash is used for division. Okay. And we'll do these two after this. So first let's run this. These are basic operators. So this is very easy to understand that when you add 10 with 5 or subtract 10 minus 5 or multiply 10 and 5 or divide 10 and 5. Now we have these two also. So for this we will take other example. Let's say x is equal to 22 and y is equal to 7. Okay. If I write print x percentage y. So this percentage sign is known as modulus. Okay. And it will give you the remainder of this division. So in simple terms, let's say how we used to divide in school. So let's say 22 is written. Let's take a brush with more width. Yeah. Let's say 22 is written and we are dividing it with 7. So we will write 3 here and we will get 21 here, right? And remainder will be 1. So this remainder value we get from the percentage operator, which is also known as modulus. Okay. And if we write print x forward slash y, so we get 3. Here this is called floor division. In many other programming language, this is just a comment double forward slash. But here in Python, this is called floor division. What will it give us? It will give us quotient. And what will it give us? It will give us the remainder. So for this simple division, if you want to get this value 3, you will get it with 2 forward slashes. And if you want to get this value, the remainder value, you will get with percentage sign. So is it clear? So these are mathematical operators, right? Percentage sign, double forward slash.
कुछ
Uh,
डिफरेंस है दोनों
no,
में?
no. Single forward slash will give you the float value. Always give you the float value. Like x forward y. It will give you value of pi, right? 3.1285711. It will give you a value of pi. Output of single forward slash will always be a float value.
But or in double slash we always get the integer value.
Yeah, in double slash, you always get the integer part of that float value, right?
Okay.
So, sometime, let's say you have 32 apples and you have to divide it between 6 people. So, if you write 32 by 6, you will get the exact division, but you cannot do 0.333 on an apple. Just giving an example. So, you can use double slash and say, okay, you all will get 5 equal apples in whatever we do with the remaining one. So this is a simple thing. And the last operator will be double star. Okay. So we studied that one star is the operator and double star is also operator. So I'm going to write everything here so that it will be easier for you to understand. If we write a double forward slash B, it is floor division. Okay, output will be 2 here. Okay, we will see the outputs. So obviously we don't have to write output every time, and you write print a this. So it is, and in collab it always gives you some kind of suggestions. If we write a percentage b, this is called modulus. Okay, and if you write print a double star b, this is called exponentiation. Exponentiation means a raised to the power of b. Okay, so 10 raised to the power of 5. Modulus is for remainder. Okay, modular is for remainder. So we write it like this. So here you can see 15, 5, 50, and here you see remainder will be 0. Floor division in this case integer value. See, and normal division in this case a float value. And this is 10 raised to the power of 5. Okay. So these are our arithmetic operators. Now let's say we write f name is equal to Mohan. L name is equal to Kumar. Let's write. So what if I write f name plus L name? Okay. If I write this. So earlier what we did, if we use the plus operator on two values of number class, whether integer or float, it gave me their mathematical addition. But when I will use it like this, it will give me concatenation. Okay, Kumar. So what I can do, I can put a space in between like this. So Kumar. So this way you can use this same plus sign on strings for concatenation. Okay, and on numbers for addition. Is it clear? So here is it concatenation and here it is number. So to learn other operators like logical operators, comparison operators, we are first going to learn about the input function in next chapter. And after learning the input function, we will create our small programs in Python. So we will cover that in the next chapter. So if you like this video and keep learning Python at this pace, we will upload these videos regularly. Please subscribe to our channel so that we get some support. Thank you.